Hello, and welcome to another episode of Schooling Around. I'm Danielle Smith.
And I'm Alexis Ware. We have a lot in store for you all this week, so we're going to jump right into it. First things on the list is the middle school and high school's first TORC meeting. Take a look.
Rosemary. I am the new senator for Michigan Senate District 12, which includes Oxford, Michigan. I'm so delighted to be here today in support of the first robotics team here in Oxford. I am a technologist. I got a chance to work with robots and lots of work with computers over the years. This is the future for Michigan, for the country. Everywhere we're relying on kids learning these technologies and taking us forward, and being here today and seeing the robots that they're building, looking at the challenge, Deep Space Challenge for next year, this is going to be awesome. The school is awesome. I'm so happy and so proud to be a part of Oxford School's robotics. Thank you.
And I am from Team TORC 2137, and today is kickoff day. We finally get to see our 2019 game for the first time, and we are super excited. Today we get to go through all the rules, we get to see the strategy, we get to see how to score points, and we're all super excited. We are anxious. We've been waiting for months for this game to come out, and now it's finally here, and we don't know what to do.
Hi, my name is Gabe Ochins, and I am here with Team TORC 2137 and a couple of the other Oxford FTC middle school robotics teams. And today is the kickoff event. The kickoff event is really neat because it is the first time we're going to see anything about the new game that is going on this year. We don't know anything about it other than the theme. The theme is space. So it's going to be something space related. And what we're here to do today is to find out, we're about 10 minutes or so, we're going to find out what that game is, how it's going to be played on a basic level, and then my involvement and everyone else's involvement here is to then figure out what's all of the rules of how to play it, because we just get a basic overview, but we need to figure out exactly how the game is played and how we should go about playing it. That is some of the first steps that we're going to be doing here today. We're going to be here for a while doing it, but it's really awesome because it is just going to be an amazing back and forth of everyone with ideas. We're going to have every sorts of stuff written down. It's going to be really cool, so I'm really excited personally.
I am the boat captain, so I write essays and do presentations about the team and what we do and why it's important. Today's event is the kickoff event, so it's the start of the season where we learn about the new game and we talk about the game and what we need to do and what is the best way to go about the game with our robot and figure out the best ways to score points, I guess.
Okay.
It was so great to see all of the students explaining their excitement for the competition or the upcoming competitions and everything that's in store, especially one student in particular I would like to recognize, which was Gabe Ochins. He's the grandson of the previous Schooling Around in-school news host,
That's
John
right.
Ochins. So it was nice to see him there. But moving right along, we're going to jump right into our next segment at the middle school. It is the Blue Lake Fine Arts Scholarship auditions. Take a look.
Hi, welcome to OCTV.
Hello everyone, you might have noticed that I forgot the bumper for the mic, but we're not going to let that hold us back today. I'm here at the middle school and currently in the band room. We're going to talk to the band teacher and see what they have going on today. Let's see.
Hello. Hello. What is this for? Oh my gosh, hello. I'm just going to make you way harder. I'm going to be a star.
Don't even, I'll tell you what.
Whoa!
I need to record because it will make you nervous.
A camera!
So can you tell us why the students are here today besides the normal class period?
We're auditioning for scholarships for our Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp, which is an opportunity for the students to go to a summer camp this summer and experience a music education on their time off.
Now tell us what Blue Lake is. Is this something that is annual or offered this year only?
It's an annual event. It's actually, they have 4 sessions throughout the summer every year for kids ranging from 6th grade all the way through high school.
Now, are the students that are participating here today, are they going all summer long or just for portions of the summer?
So it's just, there's two weeks, there's 4 sessions at 2 weeks apiece that they have the option of going to, and it's not a mandatory event. It's just they would register, and the scholarship that they're auditioning for today is to help with financial assistance in that aspect.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So now, is it 6-year-olds on up? Are they intertwined or is it separate?
It's separated by skill level, so they'll have like a beginner camp and then the more intermediate, and then they also have high caliber high school levels as well.
Okay, so it is possible for, maybe a 6-year-old and a 12-year-old, depending on skill level,
Yeah.
to be in the same camp. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So they're on the same campus, just not in the same activity, intermingling with each other.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see some of the students perform here today and audition for. We're going to talk to
Mr. Joe Dovos.
Mr. Joe Dois. Hopefully I said that correctly. Let's go speak to him before they start. All right, so we learned a little bit about what Blue Lake is. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Well, Blue Lake was founded 50 years ago, and it's in a forest. So if you come to our camp in the summer, you really are out in the woods, and it has blossomed into something quite big. It's the largest music camp in the country. Actually, I should say it's a fine arts camp because we have more than just music.
What else do you offer besides music?
Well, anything we call a fine art. Of course, the word fine art means the way you express yourselves. So obviously music is a big part of it. So we have bands, orchestras, and choirs, and jazz bands. But also theater, musical theater, an art program, a piano and organ studio, a harp studio, even a school of ballet.
Wow. That's a lot of different things that you guys offer. So now this camp is in Muskegon, I was told, correct?
Well, it's north of Muskegon, maybe about a 15-minute drive north of Muskegon. It's in the Manistee National Forest. It's in the middle of nowhere.
So this has to be overnight, or do students commute there and back?
Students stay there for 12 days, and they stay in cabins, and it's a camp.
Awesome. So now the students here today at Oxford Middle School, are they auditioning for all sorts of the different fine arts, or just specifically for the music portion?
Mostly music, and there are some art students as well. And what they're auditioning for is for a scholarship to go to camp. And if they choose to use the scholarship, they can use it. If they don't wish to use it, they don't have to go. So they're not trying out for camp or anything like that. It's just simply just for the scholarship opportunity.
Awesome. Now, this is something that is annually done. So if they get the scholarship this year, are they still able to receive it next year?
If they don't go to camp this year, well, then they have to re-audition again for next year.
And if they do go to camp this year, would they still be eligible for next year for that scholarship?
Yes. They will automatically, if the student who goes to camp this summer will receive what's called an alumni scholarship.
Wow.
And that way we want them to return.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much, and let's listen to some of these students.
All right, thank you.
You have 3 questions about boundaries on the board. As soon as that is done, you are allowed to grab your instrument and not make any noise. Understood?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're over here. I want you to go straight ahead to that chair over there. Well, that's a wild performance on all kinds of levels. First of all, your tone. You sound like a real tuba player. You've got that characteristic sound. But also, you play a lot of measures on one breath, which is really good. Hard to do in a tuba. You must have had a good breakfast this morning. I'll take your scholarship home. Thank you. Your name. So, you're over there. Okay, just have a seat.
Now, these students that audition, do they have to re-audition every year if they've already received a scholarship?
So they don't have to re-audition, say they get the scholarship the previous year and do decide to go for the summer. They get a thing called the Alumni Scholarship, and this is something that is automatically offered to the students who, attended the previous year. So that's something fun, and we were talking about the different pathways that the students can go. It's not just for, band students, it's for orchestra, it's also for singers and dancers.
So anyone that's involved in the performing arts then can, apply for Blue Lake?
And it's about a 12-week program, so it's not too far away from home for too long. Yep. So moving along now into our very last segment of the day. Danielle, would you like to introduce this one?
Well, it was a cold one to start off with. Alexis and I had an opportunity to go visit the Oxford and Holly ski teams at Mount Holly as they got ready to prepare for their very first race. So take a look. Everyone, we are here at Mount Holly as we visit the Oxford ski team. It is a whopping 26 degrees outside, and we dressed up in our warmest clothes that we could find in our closet. And Alexis here is going to be the brave one and go skiing for the very first time on camera, nonetheless. So how are you feeling about that?
Well, currently I'm trying to stay here in front of the camera before I slip off out of frame. But we are going to go down the bunny hill in just a little while, right before Oxford starts skiing, and we'll be right back. That's all I can take right now is the bunny hill. I'm going to try not to fall and make it down as fast and as smooth as I can. We'll see what happens.
our daughter is one of the women's captains for the team. And soon, I believe they're all up there right now. They're going to inspect the course, and each captain goes down with the team as well as the coach, and they go through each of the holes, and they see what the best route is, and they can see divots and such.
So it's for safety purposes that they go down there.
And they actually learn the course, and they can see what the best route is.
Now, this is the first competition of the year, correct?
Correct, it is.
And how many do you guys usually have throughout the season?
Is it
Well, we have
six?
six. There's 5 teams, so there's 6 races, and then they have a divisional race, and then there's a regional race, and then go to state finals after that.
Now, does that depend on how well the ladies do, or are they automatically third?
They automatically go to the divisional race, and then the first 2 teams from there go to the regional race. The regional race this year is at Hainau. And then from the region, the top 3 teams from the regional race will go to the state finals.
And
we do have a men's team and a women's team. And they're all from Oxford, as well as Holly High School. So it is a combined team.
Okay, so we didn't know that. So Holly and Oxford is one big team.
Yes. It is, absolutely. And it's like a family. That's what they all say. It's just like a family.
Now, who do the girls and boys face? Do you know who their opponents are this year?
Yes. Tonight we're going against Flushing High School. Another team that they'll go against will be Powers Catholic in Flint. Grand Blanc is another school. Fenton High School, Linden High School. I believe those are all the schools that are in our league.
Awesome. Well, we are definitely rooting you guys on, and the ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to pass it to my co-host over here, Danielle Smith, and we're going to interview some of the ladies and boys.
All right, I have the Holly Oxford ski team with me right before they're about to go up the hill and start their race.
What day is it, guys? Race Day! Let's go!
I'm here with Jenna, who's one of the senior team members for the Oxford Holly ski team. And tell me what you guys are doing here today.
Today is our first race, so we're out here. Right now they're inspecting the course, so they're looking through it. They're seeing what turns we should make and when. So they're just going through it and dissecting it a little bit, and then we will come down, we'll do the national anthem, and then we will begin races, and we will go up to the top, and they'll send people down. We have a couple different sections that we go down in. So that's what we're doing today.
So today is the first race of the season, right?
Yeah.
And when did the season begin for you guys? Like, when did you start practicing?
We start dry land practices in about October, November, so we'll go to either school, Holly or Oxford, and we'll work out in the weight room, do stretches and other kind of drills before we get out on the snow, and then whenever weather permits, we come out on the hill, and we'll do some drills, and whenever we can set the gates in the ground, then we'll go through runs, and we'll do practice out on the hill. So we've been for a couple months now.
All right, and then when did you get started or get involved with the ski team for the first time?
I started my freshman year, actually, so I've been on for 4 years. I've skied my whole life, but I wasn't really involved with the team at all. I've never really known there was a ski team until before my freshman year. My dad told me about it, and I decided to try it, so I've been here for 4 years.
All right, and then when it comes to these races, what goes through your mind preparing for the start of these races?
Oh, there's a lot. There's so many things to think about. Skiing is a very technical sport, so there's so many things, and a lot of the time it feels like once you get up there, you're thinking about a million things, then you get there and you forget it all. And then you get through the courses, and there's so many things. How you make your turns, when you start to make your turns, how to take an early line so you can get around each gate in a good amount of time so you can get the best time. So there's just a million things going through your head trying to sort them all out.
And how does the ranking system work? So I know there's gates you have to go through. I know you mentioned times, and obviously, yes. I'd assume you want like the shortest time possible.
Yes.
Is beneficial to you. So how does that all work?
So at the start gate, there's a little bar, and when you cross it, when you hit it, it'll start the timer. So you go through the course, you're going around the gates, and then once you come through the bottom, there's a sensor that once you break the plane of the sensor, it'll stop your time. So you want the shortest time to get down the hill fastest.
Gotcha. And then what would you say to people that have maybe heard of the ski team but haven't skied a day in their life that might be a little curious about it?
we always tell people that even if you've never skied a day in your life, we bring you in and you can learn how to ski and we'll teach you. And it really, everyone seems to think skiing can be hard, but really it's an easy sport to learn. You just get into it. And the ski team is really, we're a loving group of people. I've been in other sports that aren't as welcoming, but I've never felt more welcome in my life. It's a really good place.
So aside from the welcome or the welcome feel you get from everyone in the team, what makes skiing so different from those sports that are a little more emphasized, like football and basketball?
Like I said, it's a technical sport, so it's honestly, it is really fun. It's really enjoyable. It's a good place for people to be. And I know it's cold, so it can be hard, but it's a really enjoyable place and an enjoyable sport to be in.
So Alec just came down for the first time, and how do you feel like you did?
I feel like I did pretty well for the first time on the team.
All right, and what year are you?
I'm year 2021.
And then how much skiing experience did you have prior to joining the team?
I have a little bit, which is actually pretty good because I've been doing NASCAR a lot, and I've been doing really good in that. But being on a team for the first time, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but I'll get over it later.
Now, when you went down the hill here, what was going through your mind? What did you expect? Any surprises at all?
Oh, a bunch of surprises. Yeah. I was just telling myself, keep my head up and don't miss a gate and don't fall, which I almost did at the top. But yeah, that's all I have to do. Just get my head up and don't try to be reckless.
All right, so Renee just came down for the first time. How do you feel like you did?
I think I did really good. The course is really straight and it's a lot of fun.
Perfect. And then what was your time?
I don't remember actually, so I don't know yet.
But you felt pretty good?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. And then you go down one more time now on the opposite side, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then how is that all totaled in?
I think they're added together and whatever team gets the best times is the winner.
All right, well, perfect. You look great up there, and good luck on your next run.
Thank you.
And we're live. We live, baby. All right. I gotta grab Mike though.
We still have like a full minute, but you got this, Mike. 801.
Go.
Sorry.
Yeah, don't knock that camera off before you even go. Jack, make sure you use those pads. I saw a couple kids going out.
I know.
They want something kind of neat.
Come on! Make sure to get early.
How'd you do?
It's alright.
Good. Let's go, Michael!
Alright, let's go, Jack.
Alright, Al, you're clear. Go.
200.
200. Let's go, baby.
Jack.
Jack, you're clear. Go. Come on.
Sorry, guys. Does it look good?
You look really good. that was fast. Some of the fastest runs I've seen too.
The Holly Oxford ski team is looking great. They're in the middle of their first race. The temperature has dropped significantly, especially with the sun setting behind us. And we're going to go ahead and cheer them on as they continue on throughout the season. They really put in a lot of time and dedication. They're even practicing when there's no snow on the ground. And it's a very cold sport, guys, just standing out here. It's freezing. And all of the parents are so encouraging, and the athletes are encouraging to one another. So when you see them in the hallways or around town, go ahead and encourage them, cheer them on, and root them on for the rest of the season. And we want to give a special thank you to the staff here at Mount Holly that have been so accommodating to us with taking us around, introducing us to some of the members that took us to the different places here on the mountain. And we'll go ahead and send it back to the desk. Now, unfortunately, we weren't able to stay for the whole duration of the race, but we'll go ahead and post those results on our Facebook page, Oxford Community Television, once they become available. And again, it was their first race of the season against Flushing, and from what I saw, and I'm sure what you saw as well, they were looking great out there.
They look very natural. One thing I found out recently is that it takes a lot of muscle strength to even get up the mountain. I know they ride in like a converter type thing to get up there.
The chairlift.
So, yeah, a lot of strength.
Well, the video we have that you haven't seen yet was of my perspective of Alexis coming down the bunny hill. So go ahead and take a look at that, because after all, it was pretty funny. And here she comes. Okay, nice. She's going a nice clip. All right, not too bad. All right, let's see. Pizza, pizza, pizza. Aw. How you feel?
Oh my gosh, I am so cold.
So what happened
I
up
can't
top?
get up.
What happened up top? I'll help you up. Just what happened up top.
My butt is so wet.
It was really cold, but it was really fun. That was actually my first time skiing. And I also would like to give a huge thank you to Deb Walker. She is the manager of ticket sales and different things at Mount Holly.
Yes, they were so accommodating to us.
Exactly. Without her and the rest of the staff as well, we wouldn't have been able to give you half of the footage that we did give you.
Absolutely. And we were already coming up with another opportunity when we could go back to Mount Holly, where Alexis and I take skiing lessons. And come to find out, one of our editors here at OCTV, Kyle, has experience skiing, so he is in for quite the ride.
And that about does it for this episode of Schooling Around. Be sure to stay tuned for next week's episode. Until then, I'm Alexis Ware.
And I'm Danielle Smith. We'll see you next time.